Hello, everybody, and welcome back to your Energy Booster podcast, the place where we grow together to become the best version of ourselves so we can live according to God's purpose for our lives. This is once again Jeanith Padilla, your show host, and today we continue our series on parenting, focusing on anchoring stability, building consistency in the tides of change. So, whether you're navigating toddler tantrums, the turbulence of teenage years, or any stage in between, this episode is for you. Truly, nobody taught us how to become a good parent or how to parent our kids. It's not being taught in school. And I can just remember when I had my first child, my daughter, and looking at her after delivery, I had no idea on what I was going to do with her. Like, I thought I was ready to become a mom because I was taught in nursing school how to take care of newborn babies, and that's it. I was not really prepared or ready on how to do it. Like, I know my responsibility was to, for sure, make her alive, for her to be alive. And that's it. But thereafter, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. It was really like blank. Okay. So this is big, my friends. Parenting requires us to be the anchor of our children through all the changing tides of their lives. And I'm just saying it's big because being an anchor needs power, strength. Otherwise, they'll be floating somewhere we don't know, or they might not thrive, or it's scary. Because as an anchor, if we're not strong enough, then we would eventually give up, let go, and their future then will be at stake. So, just as an anchor holds a ship steady amidst the sea of unpredictable nature, our consistent presence can provide the stability our children need to thrive. Thus, our personal growth and spiritual maturity is badly needed here. And I just came to realize that a few years ago, like when I started really working on becoming a better version of myself, on becoming a better person. Cause it's like having to hit, you know, um a lot of birds in one stone, a lot of aspect in my life, just using my maturity, just using my personal and spiritual growth. And I just really realize that it's needed for everyone. That's why I am creating or making this episode because I felt obliged in putting this content out there. Because just to be honest, a lot of us parents really don't know what we're doing. And when that happens, we put the future of the next generation at stake. And we don't want that for our children, for the future generation, if we truly love them. So let's consider the story of Hannah from the Bible. Her steadfast faith and consistent prayers led to the birth of Samuel, whom she dedicated to God's service. Samuel became a prophet. And, if you want to look at the story of Samuel in the Bible, truly, this is because of the faith of Hannah. This is because of Hannah's surrender, or, her story teaches us about the power of consistent spiritual commitment and how it shapes not just our lives but those of our children. In Samuel first in First Samuel 1:27 to 22, it says, "For this child I prayed," so Hannah prayed, "and the Lord has granted me my petition, and I made to him. Therefore, I have lent him to the Lord as long as he lives." So he is lent to the Lord. Yeah, Samuel was offered to God. And because Hannah did that, he surrendered the life of Samuel to the Lord. Then, really, God used Samuel's life to change other people's lives. So, from Hannah's example, we see that consistency in our spiritual practices, our prayers, really has a lot of power. And in our parenting, it can lead to profound outcomes. But how do we maintain this consistency, especially when we face when we are facing, or we deal with a lot of daily challenges in our parenting journey? It's hard, especially when we have to provide for our kids. We need to go to work to provide for them. We need to as well take care of ourselves so we become stronger and healthier. And we need to pour in ourselves so we become better parents to them. So there's just a lot of challenges here. And in today's coaching segment, we focus on creating routines. Routines help establish expectations and provide a sense of security for our children. When we set routines, they know what to expect and when to expect it, which can help mitigate anxiety and behavioral issues. Setting routines around mealtime, bedtime, and family activities can not only provide stability but also strengthen bonds. So I started working on this like just 3 years ago, and just being consistent and doing on this really is very challenging already. But when we commit ourselves to the growth to the growth and the maturity of our children, so they become better future leaders and world changers, because we are highly accountable to that. We are highly accountable to that, to the Lord, because the Lord is, giving us this responsibility. When we ask for children, the Lord is giving the Lord is giving them to us, and that comes with a challenge in stewardship because our children are not really our children, just our children, but they are created by God for us to become a good steward for their future and to be used by God's kingdom in the future. So if our children in the future will, I mean, their future depends directly on how we raise them, on the seeds that we plant on them day by day. So just creating routines like we created this I created this routine that before we sleep we have to read the Bible and we have to have devotional and we have to pray. Okay, that's very challenging because sometimes my kids will be, they're busy too. They have homeworks, and yeah, sometimes they'll be on TV and they're on their tablet or iPad playing, or they're doing something else. And I also have things to do like making contents for that's also my responsibility. That's my ministry. Or I'm on a meeting, an important meeting, or I'm on my live stream, or I came home late because I had to stay late to help my colleagues at work. So there are a lot of things along the way, and these things sometimes are distractions, but we need to be committed. And so I see to it that regardless of what's going on, the chaos here and there, we have to end the day with our daily devotional. And yeah, when we only got gather together on weekdays because they have school. So and if I don't work, so we eat breakfast together and make sure that nobody's on the phone on when we're having breakfast, because so we can talk and engage and just be present with each other. And then dinner time, I make sure that nobody's on the phone. But it's always challenging because human as we are, and they're kids, and I also have learned to be more patient in dealing with them. And so I always have to adjust, make things better within me because it's not just them, it's also me. So when we are all accountable with each other, then we create better outcomes. And so I don't know about you. It's a challenge. I'm not saying that this is easy, but you know, nothing is easy. I know this is heavy. I know this is a big responsibility. This is bigger than just earning money and putting food on the table. I'm sorry to say that, but that is the truth. So I hope that you take time on this. I hope that you commit on this. If you really love your children, if you really love them, then this is how we as parents should do this. I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to myself because I myself is being challenged on this responsibility because it's huge. Okay, let's move on. Let's not also forget the importance of consistent discipline. Proverbs reminds us of the value of guiding our children with firm and loving discipline, like the gardener, who prunes plants to encourage growth. Our disciplinary measures should aim to teach and guide rather than to punish. Yeah. I mean, in the past, I didn't know all about this. If they disappoint me, if I get mad, I just punish them. If I am hurt, they should be hurt too. I was so selfish, guys. And I'm just coming here from a place of vulnerability. If you are growing in this aspect of your life, then congratulations. We need to grow. We need to change for things to change. And I said it early and I'm going to say it again. This is the most important aspect of our lives. If you are a parent, then this is your priority. On how we can help children understand that what we're doing is just to teach them to the right path, to the right direction. We hold their hands and let them understand that whenever they cross the boundary, the limits, then it's not it's not good, and they have to face the consequences of it. We should always teach them why we need to. Yeah, I mean, this is what we do here at home. My son, I would talk to him. One time I talked to him and he was not listening. He was just on his tablet playing with a friend. And I was just calling him and I already gave him a last warning on this and he didn't learn from it. So I told him, this is not good anymore. You're not listening to me. You're no longer respecting me. I cannot let this happen because you cannot do this to other people. We need to respect each other. So you are grounded. I took his iPad and yeah, keep on asking me, when am I going to have it? Well, when you learn how to respect and when you learn how to, you know, prioritize what needs to be prioritized. If mom is talking to you, that is a priority. You have to answer me. I don't care what you're doing on your iPad. That's not important. What's important is I am talking to you and you need to pay attention in that. Because you guys, we need to teach these children respect, the value of respect, the value of listening, the value of obeying. Because we cannot just unleash them out there when they're 18 or 21 or, they're adults and they don't have respect for other people. We can't let that happen. And it all goes back to us in how we raise them. So we always have to focus on teaching and guiding rather than punishing. And I know it's hard because as parents, yeah, we are emotionally challenged. And sometimes we listen to our ego. And sometimes we make decisions based on our ego. Yeah, based on our selfishness. Because yeah, he's not respecting me. My ego is being crushed there. No, it's not like that. It's not about us. It's about them and how they should be respecting not just their parents, but other people as well as they grow up. Proverbs 13:24 says, whoever spares the rod hates their children, but the one who loves their children is careful to discipline them. Children need to be disciplined. It's not, it's not an exemption. We love them, but we need to teach them and guide them on how to become better citizens of this world. Incorporating these elements of consistency isn't always easy. It requires to be patient. And guys, building patience is not easy. Persistent, and most of all, present in our children's lives. Remember, stability isn't about rigidity. It's about being a reliable source of love, guidance, and support. Last night, my daughter was in her room, and we talk about this on the last episode that yeah, she's having a hard time right now um, because of her hormones, maybe. And yeah, just being sad. I know life is hard. And I need to understand that being a teenager is hard. So I wanted her to sleep with me, but she didn't want to. And I hugged her and told her, I don't want you to sleep here alone by yourself because I don't want you to be sad. I want you to be alone. I just want you to be happy. And I want to see you happy, not sad. Because I love you. And you guys, I'm just learning all of this. I was tough with my daughter. I am so guilty of that. And she is teaching me a lot lately. Teaching me a lot about this, to just be patient with her, to just show her love and support and understanding. So it's not easy, but they're just children. They are these fragile souls that we are taking care of. So, as we wrap up today's episode, let's take a moment to reflect on the areas of our parenting where we can be more consistent. We can work on just one thing for this month or for this week and build on that. Whether it's in your communication, your routines, or your spiritual life, remember that your effort or your efforts are building a stable ground on which your children can stand strong. For them to stand strong, we need to stand strong for them so we can be stronger as their anchors. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. Next time, we will explore charting the course, guiding through challenges and milestones. We will discuss how to navigate the crucial moments of decision making in our child's life. Until then, keep your anchor firm with your heart wide open. You've been listening to Your Energy Booster podcast. If today's episode resonated with you, please subscribe or follow and share it with your other parents navigating the tides of parenting. Stay tuned and stay inspired. If you need a one on one coaching on this aspect of your life, feel free to book a coaching call at www.jeanithpadilla.com. I will be putting the link on the show notes. My friend, you don't need to do this all alone by yourself. I am here to help you and to be your guiding light, to be your coach, your mentor, and your friend. Once again, this is Jeanith Padilla. I love you and God bless.